So Erica, magician and mentalist, just let's go right in and dive into this. It's first of all, I don't see a lot of women magician, and I want to talk to you about that. But how did you get started in this industry? How did you get this, this whole vibe? How did it come to you?
Well, it was a long process
Okay.
and evolve, right? And I've always been really creative, and tapping into the imagination was always. And I think as a child, my upbringing was a bit challenging. Some of you can probably relate.
Yes.
And so I made up characters and plays. And then as I got older, I was pursuing acting. I'm an actress as well.
Totally get that. Yeah.
Love acting. Creating characters is very magical, right?
Yes.
As you probably know, being a TV reporter. But then I was a professional clown. I realized I care so much about the magic of life. And I went to my first magic conference and literally guess the question everybody asked me there. At least 15 years ago. It's different now, 17 years ago.
Are you the only female magician?
Whose assistant are you?
Oh, I didn't even, that's
Whose
true.
assistant are you, or whose wife? Now, it's changed.
Right.
There's always been women, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But
that bothers me too, because I actually wrote as one of my questions, it's sexist, I feel.
Oh
just
my God,
to, you know, like, oh, you're the assistant. No, I'm the magician.
Right. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And I'll just say one more sentence.
No, I love this. I love this.
So I knew magic needed me. I wanted to then pursue magic. So I became a professional magician, got into it as an adult, which is rare. It's usually as a child.
Right.
And then I discovered mentalism, which combined all my loves, tarot, spirituality, all those kind of things. And so that's how I found.
So that's so interesting, because mentalist, could you just kind of define that for a moment? Because I'm big into tarot. I love that. I love psychics. I talk to a psychic tarot card reader every month. Super into that whole world. That vibe is very real to me. So what is a mentalist? How do you define that?
Yeah, so it's really interesting, and also it's so funny because mentalism is the form of magic that is the most male dominated.
Okay.
Whereas mentalists are basically playing the part kind of a psychic, which is interesting because most psychics are women. Not always, right?
No, but 100%, it's a flip-flop,
Right. So mentalism is a form of magic where it's mind reading, predictions, it's that kind of magic. It's seemingly real magic.
Understand. Okay, that's so cool. Oh, I love it. And obviously you have this gift, because as soon as we met each other, saw each other, it was just on. You saw me. I got it. And I love that.
Thank you.
I knew that,
also.
truly.
Thank you.
So what is your I have so many questions. What is your favorite part about this industry? Is it just, you said the magic of life. You love just giving that kind of joy, spreading that joy to other people? Is it?
That, yes. And I do feel that my medicine is performing.
Okay.
And I have done a lot of private readings and things like that, but that's really not my medicine. So when I was going to really age myself. When I was in my 30s back in the day.
Great.
Okay,
the
so
energy.
I went to Greece to research the ancient Greek theaters. And the ancient Greeks went to the theater for catharsis. It's a Greek word, right? Catharsis, transformation. There'd be this massive theater seating tens of thousands of people next to a healing sanctuary. Theater is powerful. Now, entertainment for entertainment's sake is awesome. I'm not complaining about it, but it has the power to transform. So my favorite is performing for people and, you know, having them enter. You know, Einstein said the power of all true art and science is the mystical. When people are in this magical frame of mind, anything is possible.
I love that.
And I love just fun. I mean, I'm a specialist in fun also, and blowing minds, you know.
Yes. I just like love it, because I'm like staring at you and I'm like, just your vibe, your energy, you are magic. You really embody, you encompass magic. No, but you truly do.
Thank you so much.
It's so brilliant. So
really
I feel like already I could talk to you for hours and hours. I do want to know, is there a woman that really inspired you? Because off camera we were speaking a little bit, and I really can't think of one female, and that's sad, but I'm being truthful, one female magician. I always think of all these male, I know it's male dominated world. Who are some of the female magicians or mentalists or people that have inspired you?
Yeah, so I would answer that question by talking about a branch of magic that inspires me. And it's the spiritualism movement. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, 100%.
So those women were called, and there were some men, but it was primarily female dominated during the Victorian era. These spiritualists created a profession where they could meet with powerful people, men and
Right.
women, all people, all genders. They could do all kinds of things. A lot of these famous spiritualists, Marjorie, Ava C., her show, her seance was considered pornogaphic. They would take off their clothes and sit on laps of
Right.
men, and Stanislavka Popolska, Marjorie, there's so many of them.
Right.
Agnes Guppy, she would make things appear in ectoplasm. Are you familiar with ectoplasm?
I'm not, no.
So I think it's in Ghostbusters.
That's what I didn't want to say anything, but I literally
No,
was thinking
it's
things.
in Ghostbusters, so it's manifestation
Okay.
of spirits, of ghosts. These women were experts in that.
Interesting.
Ectoplasm, whole spirits would come out of their ears, underneath their dresses.
Wow.
So they inspire me because I feel that at a time when, I mean, sexism is still prevalent, but it was way worse hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And these women found ways to find power and express their sexuality, and were incredibly talented.
Yeah.
And
that
made
is-
money.
That's amazing.
They inspire me. I dream of creating an ectoplasm act someday.
The whole time you were speaking, I was like, I'm going to have to, we're very strongly connected with the library system here. I'm like, that's what I'm doing next after this. I want to read about this.
I love
because
the
that's
library. I used to
really,
perform
really,
at
that's
the
so
Vail.
interesting. Okay, cool.
Yes, read about it.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And I think that is something that a lot of people, we're not taught that in school. That isn't something as a young woman that I was taught about. And that's really cool.
No, there's the narrative.
Yes.
And that's what I care about. I'm co-writing a book about women in magic.
Oh,
documenting there'll be
cool.
750 women in there because we have been around.
That's
it's just,
so cool.
we're not in the limelight necessarily.
Yes,
I mean, we are a minority, except as the assistant, obviously.
Which that blows my mind because you're so correct on that. That is wild to me. When I think about women in magic, that's what my mind goes to. And that's not okay, you know, and that's not right. So.
Right. So women assistants do most, if not, I want to say all, they're doing all the work. So if you're in a box and
Right.
you're cut up and
You're-
the man's going, ta-da! Who do you think is doing the work?
I love your.
So I honor the female assistants.
Because
they
they
did
do
so
so much, right.
They choreograph. There's an amazing movie, Women in Boxes, about female assistants.
Okay.
And how hard they work. I mean, they injure themselves.
Just to get that moment.
Yeah, they're injured themselves. They come out of the box. There's a part where one woman has this like concussion, or she's like, the show must go on.
And she just keeps on going because we're strong. We're strong people. Well, Erica, I could talk to you for hours, but I know we're going to have you back on. Thank you.
I would love to.
That
Thank
was
you.
brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.